Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, the 18th of November, 2022. I'm just going to quickly go to news for today. We have at 10 a.m. New York time, existing home sales. Okay, it's not a high impact news event, but either way, just to show you what it reports, it measures the change in the annualized number of existing residential buildings that were sold during the previous month. This report helps to gauge the strength of the US housing market and is a key indicator of overall economic strength. A higher than expected reading should be taken as positive or bullish for the USD, while a lower or than expected reading should be taken as negative bearish for the USD. So that's what that does. It's at 10 a.m. We had no major news at 8:30 a.m. We have no major US economic reports regarding inflation or the jobs or anything. And we haven't had any major news like that this week. It is 8:51 a.m. now, so we are 40 minutes from the index open. That's our major catalyst this morning. And just as always, this is not by any means financial advice. It is purely my opinion on the market only. Any trading decisions you make are completely up to you and at your discretion. So, as we go into today's session, we have the Dow Jones Industrial Index, okay, US30, CFD, again, bearish downtrend, 0.1234. If you looked at if you're following previous analysis and you work with me directly, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about here. We can see this shape here is very bullish, okay? Very bullish, but I'm always ready to not get caught out by what I think I see. This inflation report, CPI released on Thursday, on the 10th of November, pushed straight through, out the top of this roof, you could call it, penetrated up there, and is holding above that, okay, at 33,500. That's our major area of, that was our major area of overhead resistance or supply. This shape here is indicative of bullish action, and it looks like it has come back as a pullback here on the daily, and we're about to thrust to the upside. Let's not get caught out here, okay? What looks can be deceiving, but that kind of action is what it looks like at the moment, and I'm ever so ready for this fall and collapse to the downside. So it isn't affecting my trading at the moment. It's in no man's land. It's a weird part of the chart to be on. So much downside to be had and also so much upside. So going to the 4 hour, again, we can see that this this price action is moving outside of this it was very, very, very steep channel to the upside. Okay, we had an intraday trend that started on the 9th, 7th of October and moved it was an uptrend intraday. Okay, and the past month of October has been this 6 weeks really, this consistent uptrend. We had it was hard for us to trade our strategy at the beginning because of how strong the uptrend was, and now we've just had sort of these strong moves. We're in quite a strong mean reversion at the moment, but it is what it is. We've just had deep pullbacks, and we need to readjust our minds to where we're at and just be sure of what we're doing and just be safe. Okay, again, remember, with the $200,000 account, if you make 4 to 7% per month, it's $8,000 to $14,000 a month. Okay, the verification stage 1, you need to get 10%. Okay, so that's $20K, and that's relatively challenging to get to, and we need to wait for the market to give us those results. But right now, I am, easily making between 5 and 7% per month. Okay, but we need to get you past that first verifications phase, and sticking strongly to our strategy at the moment isn't yielding 10% a month, but it will. Okay, and if we have to up our trading a little bit to get you there, we will do that and be a bit more aggressive. We will cross that line when it comes. But right now, I want you just to be trading conservatively, trading safely, because if you can demonstrate 6 months of trading this way, making consistently 4 to 7% per month, you're going to know in your own mind that you can make money doing this, and also be happy to trade your own money and other things. So it's more, and what's most important is about learning to do this correctly and staying safe. So with that being said, still bullish here on the 4 hour. Okay, why? It's holding this area of demand here at 33,300 really. Okay, we had this dip deep in, this push out yesterday at lunchtime. I got caught out, took a small loss, and then this resultant push to the upside here. Buying, selling at the moment. It's a little confusing, to be honest. There's no clear direction, and we've been trained to be mean reverting in a direction. So here we had this small downtrend that we charted yesterday. It's pushed out of that over during the London session, moving towards this supply target, I believe, here at 34,500. Okay, and that's kind of the trajectory we're going at the moment. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I've got to be straight up. I don't know what's happening at the moment. It's ranging. We're so high up. We're sitting outside of this upper band, this sliding resistance area, and the sky's the limit. Also, the floor's the limit. So I don't feel safe at the moment at all. And that was yesterday I didn't feel safe either, and I took a loss. So the reality is right now is I just want to sit on my hands and see what happens. Today, 1 hour is it's bullish, but it hasn't got much energy to it. It looks like it's topping. I want to sell, but I also, am expecting a quick exhaustion phase, then a collapse. There's a lot going on at the moment. So there's nothing concrete for me in terms of a direction. We're directionalists right now, from my point of view, on the 1 hour and the higher time frames. Moving to the 1 minute time frame, our river. Okay, yesterday, just recapping yesterday's session, I did take this loss here at this red line. That was my loss. If I can hide that information there, I will. But that was where I took the loss. I ended up, if you follow my analysis, my initial trade was, this beautiful area of what was supply, right? So we had supply there, boom, it was demand, broke through it. So my initial trade was around there, in line with the black band. And the spike up at lunch, smashed through it. We could have got a break even. It would have still unsettled me seeing this price action, to be honest. It really would have unsettled me seeing that, especially this kick out at lunchtime. I really want you to look at that and see how, it's just not what I want to see. I don't want to see that kind of action kicking out of the median, I wanted to see it come up and then down, and if it came back down, then I would look to take another sell up here, but not this kick out. Just, it really gave me cold feet. There's so much power to the move, so much imbalance, it's like a rocket going up, right? So that was my initial trade, and we would have profited on that. I still would have closed at break even if this is what happened. But what I did, and this is the third time in a row now, the past 3 times, I lowered my target to the edge of the riverbank here, and I was just expecting this nice little lick. I measured this part here. I was expecting a nice little lick to the upside like this. You can already see this is my previous measure there. And, I was just like, it's going to just dip up into here. This is a beautiful area of supply here, right? It's going to go in here as well. It's going to go in there and just put in a nice little, sell limit trade, a perfect trade. And then we had this smash through at lunch, which is what I don't want to see. There was no news. There was no reason for it. It shook me. I was up here. I was sitting at like negative 2,500. It dipped down. I got back to 1,500 at one point. I immediately brought this to break even because I was just waiting for it to come down. But after seeing this huge spike to the upside, it gave me, I just was like, I know this pattern. It didn't look good for us. It didn't look good for a break even trade, at least in the short term. It held here. It started kicking up. I got out of it. I just took the loss, and then it continued shooting up, and I was quite glad that I got out of that trade. In hindsight, I think I was overreacting a little bit in terms of the way it still was a mean reversion, but it was because of how deep this fall was. We got this resultant kick to the upside. Okay, it could have kept going. It could have just kept on going up, and that's when we have trades run away from us. So really, I'm just happy with taking that loss. It's 1%. It's not a bad loss at all. Okay, the $200,000 account, it's a 1% loss. Not a 10% loss, but it was a good trade. So I didn't feel bad afterwards. I felt great. I was happy with what I did. I went back to work, and it didn't confuse me. It didn't take up any of my mental capital or my time, because everything was done by the book, except the fact that I brought this down a little bit. But having said that, look, it looked like a good trade to me. You can't predict that happening at lunch. That shoots the upside. I did want to take another trade afterwards around here, but I had 7,800 of breathing space left for the day, and I'm trying to conserve my bullets each day. So if I've taken that one hit, I want to have, the next time I go for a trade, I want to have that full 10k breathing space. I want to have that full capability in the tank for a good trade for the next one. So it's best to wait for the next day for your account to reset, and so that you've got that full chamber again, and you're not rushing and worrying about your breathing space, your size, and all of that. So really heed these words. They're very, 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 very valuable. And it's how you do it. Any other way, this is years and years and years of working it out, and all culminating now. And these rules just need to be stuck to it. And the fact is, as long as you can rock up every single day and do the same thing, whether you're reaching that target or not, you're going to know that you can trade. And then there's ways of getting over the line with the test quicker that we're going to discuss soon. I'm working on that, but I want you trading calmly and consistently, and just making good profit every single week, breaking even or profiting. Okay, no tilts, no account losses, no blowing the account, no needing to recover losses and any of that, because if you cannot do those things, then you're in the 5% of traders that make money. Okay, even if you're just at break even every single day for 2 months, you are in the 5% of you're a successful trader. Remember that. It is how you take this losses, how you don't go, oh shit, I'm at negative 2,262. I want to make it straight back. How can I make that back? I'm just going to take a short there, and short there, and a short there, and a short there, and just, it's so silly when you look at it like that. Okay, snap out of it if you're doing that shit. If you have never done anything bad like that, don't start. Heed my words. It is just a sure way to a bad habit, a bad addiction, and an unhappy day. So, derive your dopamine hit from doing good process. I got a good dopamine hit from taking that loss. Instead of holding on, I would have just, if I left it, hung on when I knew deep down that this wasn't looking right because of this smash. This pattern, this push to the upside. It's such a big leg out. So, I didn't, and it was holding. It didn't reject immediately, right? It held itself. I was like, I got to get out of this now, because I don't know what's going to happen. And yeah, it did come back down to break even, but it was better that I took that, because as long as I can ascertain when that's happening, I'm not going to get stuck in these forever uptrends, because it could have kept trending for the rest of the day, for all I know. I hope that makes sense. So practice losing, practice getting out of break even, practice your loss, focus on it, focus on feeling good when you do something correct like that. That's a big win. Okay, I can trust myself to keep my account, and that is, not many people can do that. Okay, so this is another trade a potential trade that I put in for the Asian session. I didn't put it in the real account, but look, just the current price action at the moment, up, down, around. I don't know what's going on, but that is a strong level of supply that we have there. Okay, around 33,687. And if I'd left that on, we'd be sitting in a loss area now. I'd be at another 2.5-3k loss. So I didn't put that on because it's bullish at the moment. It's really bullish. So I just wanted to keep that there from yesterday's trade. What's happening today? I don't know. Okay, I really don't know today. I don't know what I can offer. We've got demand here now. I'm not going to be trading. I'm going to be really just getting this course updated and done. It is going to be the best education available. Honestly, if you really want to learn how to trade, it is going to be the best education available if you do it correctly. I know exactly what to put down. I've learned how to teach this and myself for the past year. It's fantastic. And this is after 9 years of trying to get this done right. It's meticulous, but I'm looking forward to putting that down. So I'm going to use the opportunity while I don't know what's happening in the market to stay out and put my energy elsewhere. And that's the biggest thing right now, is like not trying to find something. Yeah, I could collapse and fall down, but it just isn't. I've seen days where it comes back in like this and then kicks out to the upside. It's just moving in strong directions at the moment. It doesn't know where it wants to go. We're in an interesting territory. It's poking its head out of a bear market. It could get smashed at any time. I want to see, either some strong selling coming in and then make a decision after that occurs, or I want to see, just another strong leg up. But the thing is, we've had this long run at the moment. So right now, the safest bet would be to buy around there. Okay, this area here, looking at it, okay, would be to buy around there, but to buy deep, considering what we've been doing every day, is to buy quite deep there. We've got this other level here. This is kind of the area that I would buy in. Expect there to be some kind of, and not a big take profit. Just want a little lick there. That kind of action is what I'm looking at. Selling, I don't know right now. I took a loss yesterday. I'm going to listen to that. That's all I got today. Okay, I really don't know what's happening. It's Friday. I advise. It's always advice. I advise not to look for trades to practice. The more you practice bad trades, the more you practice a bad habit and practice bad practice. The best thing you can do is to practice just watching the market and staying out, and training yourself to receive a good feeling from the fact that you stayed out, and only taking trades when you really see them there, and you really see the market giving you something. I don't know what this is doing right now. Okay, I could make assumptions, but I don't feel good about it, and it could be in an uptrend still. We're at new highs. It's also time for it to come down. It's just too many variables for me. So I'm going to feel good about not taking a trade. That's what I'm going to do, and that's how I feel. If you feel the urge that you need to trade, or you need to make money, or you need to do something today, or you need to, and it's not there, that is literally the thing that's standing between you and success at this long-term consistent success, and it defines whether you're impulsive man or woman, or a calm, consistent, and long-term goal-orientated man or woman. So really, if you're feeling the urge that you've got to do something today, you got to check that. Look at what that is telling you. What do I need to adjust here as an individual to not have that feeling? And I say that because I am reformed. I was like that for many years, up until pretty recently, to be honest. Those of you who've been on this journey with me have would know that this is the case. Even telling myself my own advice, it still was difficult to do it. I can say to you right now that I don't have those feelings anymore, and I actually feel great about just watching this and knowing that if we look at my, this is why the cash flow record is so important. If we look at the cash flow, my cumulative P&L since August 9th, okay, half of this was a 100K account. I've adjusted for $200,000 account. This was a beautiful month. It was September. It was just pumping, and I made so much money then. It was like $10,000 to $35,000. Really a good pump. And since then, things have waned out a little bit. I took this loss yesterday, and it sort of wiped out 3 days of profit, but we're still going up the hill. At the moment it's 52K. I got up to 54 and I'm back to 52. So I've had this back and forth for the past 10 days. But when you see the record of everything, you're on the way up. Like now, after this, it's the next leg up to 60, and that's how it works. You go up a bit, you come back a little bit, go up a bit, come back a little bit, and then you get nice patches. And those patches of good trading that are just by sticking to the strategy are the ones where you get another run of 30K, and it'll take me to the 70, 80K. And then I might pitter patter out for a little bit and then go up to 100. So I'm just playing this consistent long game at the moment. And you can see from the daily PM and P&L, yeah, it's been a little bit less recently with the price action. Also being in real environment, it changes your mentality a little bit, but I'm still profiting. I've only taken 2 lost days. They've pretty much been the same size of loss. Like, this is great trading, okay? And I know it's great trading. I can watch it's great trading. I can see it's great trading. I can see I'm consistent. I can see how much money I'm making. And that's what this is about. So showing up and playing the game correctly, and knowing that, as long as you look at every single day as a single entity, they all add up, okay? The last thing I want to do is go and blow this by trying to make back my $2,262 that I lost yesterday impulsively, like a gambler, without any structure. So I just want to show you that. That's my cash flow record, scalping record. This is going to be cleaned up. I'm going to be setting this out, adding it to the course. This new course is going to be unbelievable. So yeah, everything's nice and clean now. Have a fantastic day. And enjoy yourself, do other things. If you see something there, I'm not going to be looking at the market. If you see something there and you genuinely feel confident about it, take the trade. Take the trade. That's your prerogative. That's what I'm teaching you to hunt. It's not about following me. Do your own analysis, okay? Don't listen blindly to me because that's not trading. That's just copying somebody's signals. I'm going to be doing less and less of that in terms of giving direct signals. I want you to think for yourself. Use the bands, okay? Don't trade anywhere in between these bands, and remember that this does work over time, okay? That's what this shows us. Even if we have had a patch of back and forth the past 10 days, look at this equity curve. I mean, that's a beautiful 3 months, okay? It's a 250K a year. It's good money. And that is averaging, all out. It's like, where are we at now? Around 54 days, 52,000. It's like just under $1,000 a day on average. So beautiful trading there. Enjoy. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Cheers.